Hey, today is the day after Valentine's Day, and I wanted to talk about love in action, moving responsibly, going abroad responsibly, ethically, and what that looks like, and what it looks like to be a beautiful human in your new place. Okay, so today is day 69 of my 100-day challenge, and I thought, since it's the day after Valentine's Day, I really wanted to talk about how it how I intend to move abroad, what energy I'm taking with me, and what I'd like to put up for your consideration is that we go and be ethical, go and do good works, as it were. And so, because for me, and I have notes that I'll be looking at because I wrote down a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to, yeah, just put it up for your consideration and just, have it here, what I've been thinking about, because I journal frequently. I journal a lot. I write a lot. And for me, moving abroad and this time to Vietnam, and even when I was in Mexico, it's not really, it's more than just go have a cool experience or just, have affordability. It's about, you know, what can, who can I serve or what can I do better or as a human, and also who can I, help my community or wherever I'm going to be, even if it's just a short period of time. And, really what loving and serving a community looks like and what ethical oh, try saying that a bunch of times fast. Ethical expat life or immigrant life looks like, and it matters to me. And that's why I wanted to talk about that. So that's my goal with moving abroad. Just part of the goals, right? Experience new things, can I be helpful? These kinds of things. So for me, the core value is community over individualism, which I am an American. And so if you're not familiar with what that means, it means that I basically grew up all of the years of my life in the United States, a place where rugged individualism is praised and rewarded. And the whole pull yourself up by the bootstraps, even though the system is against you. So you're supposed to do that alone by yourself. And so I don't want to be doing that, and I'm not taking that abroad with me. So what I will be doing is what is important to me, which is service and contribution. Also, important to me is make sure that the children and the animals and families are well fed and cared for and have services and things that they need in my presence. And, move abroad to me equals like responsibility, not just the privilege of being able to go. Yes, that's amazing. But what did you do when you were there? Right? As a person. At least these are the questions I ask myself. You know, it's about for me like being a beautiful human wherever I go, not just in, you know, not just like for myself, but for the benefit of others. Like it's fine that, I meditate, I can do all these things, I have patience, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But how do I put this out into the world so that, you know, so that people are cared for? And for me, that means that, are the kids okay? Are the animals okay? Child should go hungry. They have food security. Every kid deserves to have, clothes that fit them and keep them warm, or clothes that, speaking of Vietnam specifically, maybe not keep them warm, but, are in good condition. Okay. And they have school supplies. And for me, it's like those are the basics of, kids. They got to go to school, they got to have clothes, they got to have supplies, they got to be able to learn in a good environment. At least, for me, I think that's pretty non-negotiable. And I care because, it takes a village to raise a child. Community care is everything. And it's super important to lift other people as we rise. And I feel like children are our collective responsibility. And I want to be an asset to Vietnam. Like I just don't want to be in there, consume, or just have excess money just to be having excess money. I was like, where am I again? Where do you, to spend the money? Where can I be helpful? And so talking about, ethical move and like the foundation of that is, what ethical life is not. What is it not? It's not extractive. It's not taking without giving back. It's not entitled, expecting everything to be catered to you. What is that? No, it's not having a colonizer mentality of saving or civilizing the people. No, it's not isolated, living only in your expat bubble, only being there and only speaking English. It's not, exploitative, as I said before, and, benefiting from the fact that there's a lower cost of living, right? It's not performative. It's not for putting all over your social media for clout. Girl, please. I was like, just do the thing. What ethical is, it looks like reciprocal giving. It looks like uh what else? It's respectful, honor the local culture, the customs. It's integrated, absolutely. Being a part of the community, not above it, in the community. It looks like contributing, yay, adding value from what you have, right? With your extras, your excess that you have. It looks like being humble, like learning from your community, okay? Not trying to teach at them. Because, don't go over there and do that. It looks sustainable, like long-term giving. This war as long as you're going to be there, not just one time, like, what's it called? Sustainable giving over the long term. Yes. Key distinction. Like we're gonna let go if you have any of that savior complex stuff. No, no, no. I'm here to save you. No. We're gonna have a service mindset, humility. How can I help? What do you need? Ask, listen in that order. We have two ears, one mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak. Ask them questions. What does this community need? What do you need? And how to love your new home and show it, right? We're going to learn a language. Yes, I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Vietnamese is challenging. And me as a language learner and learning survival phrases of I don't know whether I'm on my sixth or seventh different language now, but I fully recognize I did not start with Vietnamese, but here I am learning a bit of learning Vietnamese. Didn't see this for my lifetime bingo card, to be honest. But there it is. We're going to learn to speak the language. It shows respect for the culture, and that shows your effort. We're not expecting everybody to speak English because you're in Vietnam. Why the, that's illogical. The language is the bridge to real connection with people, like real connection. And it shows that you care about integrating. Okay. Yes. Again, I know. And you might be older, even older than me. Yes, we're gonna learn some Vietnamese. Yes, it's gonna be challenging, and that's okay. You'll get to you just interact doing your everyday things. The things that you'll probably learn first on your Duolingo and on the apps is how to, where's the bathroom? Yes and no, please and thank you. Uh, the survival phrases first, right? It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be so worth it to integrate into the place and be a good human in your space. We're gonna support the local economy. Yes, we're gonna shop at local shops, not just the international stores. Okay, we're gonna eat at all the Vietnamese restaurants. Yes, not just the expat spots. hire for local services and businesses. Yes. Okay. That way, the money stays in the community and circulates. Okay, this is good. This matters for the economic health, which is yay. Again, about respecting culture and customs. We're going to learn what respect looks like before we get to the location. Yes, I have been learning what respectful looks like in Vietnamese culture. Come on, I'm a lifetime learner. I'm always going to be learning, and I'm always going to learn what I need to know to be respectful in the place that I'm traveling to. So yes, yo too, I offer it up to you. Please learn what respect looks like in Vietnam if you're coming to Vietnam or wherever else you will be going. Thank you very much. Learn the honor the traditions, even if it's different from your own. I know. A bunch of y'all are Christians out there may have a problem with that. If there's something that's different, guess what? It's just going to be different, and that's okay. All right. And we're going to ask questions with humility. Yes. We're going to adapt to our new home. We're not going to demand that our new home adapt to us. No. Again, that's ridiculous, illogical. You took yourself to that location. I am taking myself to Vietnam. Extremely different place to where I grew up. Extremely different place to Mexico, okay, where I was. Extremely different place, probably to Hawaii, where I am. So I have to learn those things, learn what respect looks like in Vietnam. And cultural respect is what? Love in action on a grand sense, from a human perspective, from a human to human humanity perspective. That's what love is. So we're going to build genuine relationships. Hola, we can talk. It's Sunday. Whew. And I have a lot to say. Hang in here with me because I have great suggestions. I have things that I'm doing and I'm excited about these things. So genuine relationships with your Vietnamese neighbors, not just the expats, right? You're going to show up for community events. You may not understand a word about what's going on, but you can smile and nod and say ciao, okay? You can do that. Uh, you can be present and be available, because real integration, it takes effort and it's worth it. Okay. And also, you can pay fair prices. Don't haggle people out like super, super down. Okay. Just pay the fair price. Ask for a fair price. Understand this is important. Understand the local community um, in the economy context, in the economical context. Like you don't want to be like just not also this means that yeah you maybe it's appropriate to haggle, but like I said, it's important for you not to overpay much either, and I know that might trip somebody's or put a burr in somebody's saddle or something like that, but hey, that comes down to understanding what's appropriate for the local economy. Tip where appropriate, tip how much is appropriate, know what that means. And we're not going to not exploit the local lower cost of living for personal gain. Okay? We're going to show community come to give, we come to serve. Okay? And as I said, for my part, what I think is super important to say is like, yes, it's more affordable. Yes, I talked about that in videos past. Yes. And on this past the day of, Valentine's Day and Love in Action, the affordability allows me to be the kind of philanthropist that I want to be. Like, I may, even right now, like, I might not have the extreme budget that I want to have for, for being a philanthropist. I might not be able to give the biggest scholarship or something like that, but, being in a place That just means that, I can make sure that the animals and kids in my local neighborhood are taken care of, families are doing all right, those kinds of things. Just generally speaking, I can make sure I can speak to, food security or the people fed. Is there a way to, have a connection with their local vendor to make sure, be like, hey, if you get these supplies, then like maybe I can get the supplies or I can give money to get the supplies to make sure the people are fed. You know what I'm saying? These are simple things to do. But also, maybe that's not an issue in the community where I am. Well, then what do I do? Well, I ask. I'm like, hey, are there any needs, any current needs in this community that I can help with? Ask. Listen, okay? You will know, you get to know. Another thing in terms of, support, and maybe it's that, let's see, for me, I was thinking about it and I really thought, I was like, okay, and the reason why I say, make sure the kids are all right and stuff like that is because I'm a mom. Kids grow fast and like usually it's clothes. So maybe it could be that I could support in terms of finding a local organization to be like make sure kids have clothes for school and such and so on. Play clothes, shoes, da 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 da. Just having the dignity of having clothes that fit and are clean and look good, that they feel that look good on them. Okay. Another thing, school supplies that we can do. Yes, we can donate bunches of backpacks full of supplies. It's another thing we could do. I'm just throwing out some ideas in case you're like, I don't know what I could do. You could do these things. How it works practically, as I was saying, you could partner with local organizations, you trusted contacts in your neighborhood or close by. You can, adjust based on community feedback. There's, like I said, as long as this is sustainable commitment, beautiful, beautiful. So what I'm not gonna be doing, not gonna do, what you not be doing either. I'll be taking a bunch of photos for social media. It's exploitative. Don't do that. Don't. I'm not gonna make it about me and my image, please. Don't make it about you and your image. Just give. All right. Just have the energy of giving and doing good works. Thank you very much. We can give without conditions, without strings. Okay. Don't assume that I'm not going to assume that I know what's needed. I'm going to ask. Again, I talked about that before. And don't swoop in and out. Like, be sustainable for however long that you're going to be there. Say, I'm going to be here for da da da. I can contribute for da 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 this a period of time because I swear that's how I'll just be. That's how I'll be here. Do good works, okay? Treat people like people and not just super project. Treat them like, the neighbors that they are. This is already, you're coming into a community that's already like together, right? So maybe enter gently, right? What else? Yes, we talked about that, about assuming, asking what is needed. And oh, you know what? Let me talk about why that matters, in case you don't know. Okay, it matters because, a community is going to know best what they need, better than an outsider's going to know. Again, this comes back to ask and listen. If you are a foreigner, you're not going to know what's the best thing to be doing, so don't go out there looking make yourself look dumb. Okay? Listen. Shows respect, humility, community solutions work. Do that. Do what's suggested. Okay. And I'll avoid and hopefully you avoid imposing your ideas about what's needed. Collaboration or charity. Okay. Collaborate. Good works. What else do we have here? We have on being responsive. We talked about that, about going by community feedback. Talked about following their lead. Okay. What else? So some other ideas. Oh yes, of being of service could be. that maybe in your neighborhood, you there's a need for teaching English. If your community wants that, you could do that. You could help with tech skills or digital skills if that's useful. You could do that. You could do content creation for local businesses. You can do that. You might not learn the language, but you can do some behind the camera work. You can run the camera, help with the boom, the mic setup, help with audio, things like that. If you know how to do that. Again, offer, don't impose. Let them decide. Okay. So economic contribution wise, if you're building a local business, obviously, employ as many Vietnamese people as you can. You are in their space. The country has welcomed you. Find employees in that country. Support local entrepreneurs and vendors. Okay, we can do that. Buy from local producers. Can do that. And yeah, generally speaking, economic justice is part of being a human, a beautiful human with the ability to go elsewhere and be a benefit, not extractive. Okay, what else do we have here? Yes, cultural exchange with humility. Share your culture when you're invited to do that. That's beautiful. Good exchanges. We love that. It shows mutual appreciation, like you're appreciating their culture by being there. So show some of yours when they ask, right? Again, respect over assumptions. Yeah, what else do we have? Yeah, so I want to talk about like my budget for what I have currently in terms of my philanthropy. So, like I said, I don't have a big budget, but I have a percentage of my budget that I can use, right? So for me, that means setting aside 100 USD uh, for community services that I can do for now comfortably while I'm trying to figure out what the rest of expenses might be. Again, going for sustainable, not just making a big bang and going gently, right? Consistent monthly commitment, but say when growing the business to the 10K per month and 10K to 25K per month, again, that'll be 10 to 15% of that budget. That means that's $1,000 to what, $3,700 per month that I have that I can use for my philanthropy. And that feels amazing. Like when I think about it, when I visualize what I would be able to share, like I guess the reach that I can give. And I mean, that means pretty dang robust support for wherever I'm going to be community wise. Like, I love that for my energy, for the energy of giving. I love that for my own energy. I have a gifting heart. And I think I don't know, I just feels like that's what you do when you're like a human, you have extra, right? You give it you gift it to your community of those in need. You gift it for the benefit of your community, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But anyway, with the big budget, I'm like educational scholarships. Yes, I would like to, yeah, scale that as my income grows. More and different kinds of scholarships. That's amazing. Like really good. Um, yeah, there's that spaciousness to serve well, to serve many. Come on now. That's just good stuff. So I just say like, why it matters. Like, because if I live well, I can create from the excess, just others' ability to live well or better. Yes, absolutely. I think that there's a responsibility that comes with, having even more and more excess, right? At least for me, I'm like, yes, of course I'm big giving. Of course the kids around me are gonna have the food, have the clothes that they need, have the supplies that they need. Of course, I'm going to be giving away educational scholarships. Of course, if there's high needs autistic children, they will be taken care of and have the services they need. Like, I'm like, of course. All right. We're just lifting others up. I'm like, yes. So, like I said, what that looks like over time is like my budget might be honestly like up to $200 a month to do my philanthropy work, philanthropy gifting. Because it's not work. It's like joy. Philanthropy joy. Is that a thing? Can I start that? Let's have philanthropy joy. Do the things. Yes. So anyway, yes. Being a beautiful human isn't about, the perfection of it all, about having all the answers, about being a savior. It's not about getting recognition or praise, not about performance on social media. It is about, just being a beautiful human. I feel like we show up for each other. I feel like that's the genuine care about humanity, how we show up for each other, about listening before you act. That's um, good stewardship of the energy, of your energy, your gifting. Um, just giving from an authentic place. My gosh, my words today are slow to come. I have like so much excitement when I think about it. Um, yeah, it's about learning and growing humbly. About at least for me, making sure the children and families are fed, and animals all around are fed and clothed, and everything's good. It's about being a good neighbor consistently, and about reciprocity and respect and kind interactions with everyone. Like I said, si- like in Vietnamese, it's Xin Chao, right? If you're in Latin America, if you're in Mexico, it's Buenos Dias, right? Costa Rica, Buenas. It costs nothing to do these small things to just have instant, uh, the gift of having connection with where you're going, with the people where you're going. That's what I'm saying. So yes, that is, some of my commitment to when I'll be in Vietnam and just other places that I've been. Uh, but else, oh my gosh, I feel like that's a good place to end. I'm feeling like that's a good offer in terms of some things that you could do, in terms of being a good human and sharing from your excess and asking questions about what your community needs and listening to those answers and acting from that place. And that is what, at least to me, acting in love being motion and actions, things you can do to care for where you will be or where you're going out there in the world, whether you're expat or you become an immigrant and stay longer. And yeah, those things are some things that don't feel optional to me. And I want to, like I said, give that to you for your consideration, because that's what I will be doing. And if you're here on this page, I hope that you will join me in doing the same when you go abroad and when you stay abroad. So there are more videos here in my cadre of videos down here, I think that will apply to your interest. And please like and subscribe. And oh yeah, the videos that are most recent will come up in this space, I do believe. So I hope you have a wonderful, amazing day and take into your day all the love and action. Okay, aloha.